Welcome back to The Ether, the show that disrupts the way you think about running your business. Join me, Brandon, and my co-host, Sean Delaney, the creator of What If, on today's episode. Our goal is to provide context around what we talk about so you have the clarity to cut through the noise and the confidence to grow and run a truly harmonious business. Let's jump in and take the next step to achieving business freedom. Yo, Mr. Sean. Good to see you, my friend.
Brandon, we have to acknowledge the fact that you don't feel good.
No, I don't feel good. I got a little boo-boo.
That's terrible.
Got a little immune system boo-boo.
I saw you drank 6 to 8 gallons. I watched you drink about 8 gallons of vitamin C.
It was emergency, and I'd like to just shout them out real quick because the product is trash. It doesn't work. I want to give honest reviews to people.
No, so okay. A shout out. Remind me never to ask you for a shout out.
Hey, more of a shout out. Call out than a shout out. No, usually what I do, I have 1,000 milligram vitamin C pills, and if I'm getting sick or if I am sick, you can't overdose on it. I've confirmed with a medical professional. So, but this is not medical advice. I don't want to get sued. You really can't overdose on vitamin C. I usually pop 10 a day. So like 5 in the morning, 5 at night. The emergencies are basically one of those tablets, and it says take no more than 1 per day. Obviously, there's other stuff in it, but yeah. I still feel like crap 4 days later.
Horse hoof. Yeah, that's a shame. Now they're going to say, wow, but you would have felt much worse.
Whoa.
Oh, no one ever knows. Yes, and this pen keeps tigers away. You don't see any tigers, do you? So, yeah. I like this. I like this plan. You did drink a lot of it. And then we both had blue pea. What are we talking about today? This is not a medical advice show, Brandon.
No,
anybody
it's not.
For medical advice.
The blue pea was unrelated. That was different medications. But anyway, we're talking about time blocking for business owners because you know what entrepreneurs suck at least what I've found? Managing their time.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said, but I don't think I want to hear what you said either.
I said they're shit at it. Time blocking. Entrepreneurs are terrible at it.
Yes. But somehow I go through my days relatively calm, pretty focused. And even on days like what?
You turn your phone off. All those people telling you you're missing meetings and you just click.
Yes, that's okay. Tip number 1. If you don't log into your computer and you keep your phone on airplane mode, you will be, the peace that will come over your life. You'll be shocked.
Set to neutral. Welcome to life in 1978. Booyah. We are relaxed.
That's our pro tip for the day. No, that's not the pro tip. But seriously, time blocking, not just time blocking from the sense of putting things on your calendar. I've heard everything from every minute of your day should be scheduled to, you should have blocks of time to do certain activities. I don't 100% buy into any of that. I don't know how you feel, but I personally I've tried all of it and it just doesn't work for every single person.
We're partners and we teach this subject and you don't know what I think about it. Is that like
I do, not public. The point is, okay, imagine this. Let's say we created a podcast and we said, I was going to ask you a question, but I know what you feel about that. Let me ask you, I know what you think about that. That's not good content, Sean.
That's the title. That's the title of the show. All right. So what do I think about it? What do I think about it? Well, yeah, the only time we ever tell anybody to know what's going on every minute of the day is those people who don't seem to be getting a whole lot done, but claim to not have a minute. I just don't have enough time. Well, you're not filling it up with work. So what are we doing? Well, time just goes. No, it doesn't. So let's look at what you're doing. And then we do an audit and now we're forcing them because these are the same people to say, okay, well, we have to, it's like I'm talking about my wife and I'm not, please. Love you, sweetheart. We have to leave at 2:00. Okay, we're going to leave at 2:00. But first, the kids have to have a bath. And that'll take like 5 minutes. And then I got to call my mother and that's like another 5 minutes. And then I'm just going to do my hair. Let me guess. 5 minutes? Yeah. We are going to be so flipping late. None of those things take 5 minutes.
No.
Minute rice doesn't take a minute. Nothing takes, hey, got a minute? No. By the time I explain to you that I don't have a minute, you will already be 1 minute in. So I'm not doing this. We're not got a minuting. Okay. Nothing takes the amount of time unless you're tracking it, unless you get really comfortable with time, unless you see it for the magic that it is, the mystery that it is, the force on all of us in existence that it is. You understand it, play around with it, and get really comfortable with it. You can do very interesting, fun things with time. Until then, I want you to understand exactly how much time you're wasting when those 5-minute activities are actually 15, and then you got to ramp yourself back up, back into the context of what you were originally working on when you took a break, because right, this is the same thing when people say, well, I'm a good multitasker. There is no such thing as a multitasker. You are not doing two things at the same time. Oh, yeah, I can keep it all. Plate spinning as an activity is not multitasking. You are spinning plates. That is the activity you're doing. No, look, I'm getting all of these things done. No, you're keeping them on the poles there. And you are micro switching. You are not doing it all at the same time. You are jumping from thing to thing. You might say you're a very, very, very fast and efficient micro switcher. Sure, you can jump from across 3 topics and you think that you're equally productive in all 3 of them. I've never seen it, so I'd love to see the trick. Let me see you do this magical trick, and I'm guaranteeing you that's not what's going on. You are overclocking something. There is too much heat in the engine. You're revving too many processors in order to do all that micro switching, and you're not being as effective as you could if you just dialed it in.
I've heard it's usually women who think that they're better at multitasking. I've heard a number of women say that. I'm not calling women out, but I guess it kind of sounds
let's
like
call them out. You called out emergency. Let's call
but I like, that's gonna sound bad. I won't finish that sentence. I like one woman. I like my wife. That's it. Not off the table.
Now this is the show I want to watch. Dig yourself out of this one.
Yeah. Love you, boo-boo. Pookie. But women I do hear tend to say that they are better at multitasking, but it's exactly what you're saying. It's micro switching, and it becomes, everything you're doing becomes less and less efficient. And it piles up to the end of your day. If you start at 9 a.m. with micro switching, and you can tell by how many browser tabs are open, that's usually my indication of am I micro switching, or am I actually being productive? Do I have 42 browser tabs open? Okay, my computer can't handle that. Why do you think your brain can? It just doesn't make sense.
It's the reason there's an apron in my kid's sock drawer. What was happening? Well, because I was distracted. I was doing 3 things. Right. You weren't doing the laundry. Why is my screwdriver in one of the kids' lunches? Well, I was putting things away and I was doing that and doing that. Again, I'm not talking about my wife, but this is in your life. You understand if this is what you're doing in your business.
It sounds like you have a hole to dig yourself out of too. I'm just saying.
I'm going to stay right here. Once you're in a hole, you stop digging and wait for someone to come and get you.
Yes. Toss in a ladder. I'll get you. I'll be there in a minute.
Thank you, Lego.
So why are we talking about this? Because obviously it's something we do in our personal lives. It's something we do in business. But more importantly, on this show, we talk about the Harmonious Business Architecture. Well, we're talking about the S, stands for serenity. And this is actually one of the big 4 that people come to us with as problems. And we renamed an acronym we created an acronym called FEAR. And the A is allocation of time. So it's a big problem. It's one of the 4. We're not going to go into the other 3, but it's a big problem that people struggle with. And actually, just yesterday, I got off a call with a client where I had to tell him to go do a time study. That's not like a fun thing to do by any means, but he keeps saying, I have no time. I don't know when I'm supposed to get any of this work done. I feel like I'm not being a CEO. I'm just managing the day-to-day. And I was like, what are you doing? And he goes, I have no idea. I'm just busy.
Right.
If you're saying that to yourself, step 1, pause right now, go do a time study. You have to understand where you're spending your time. Even if we all have, let's say, a 40-hour week. I know that's not realistic for a lot of people, but if you're spending 40 hours your week and you don't know what you're spending it on, you have a real problem that needs to be addressed, like now.
Imagine if every time you went to the bank, the amount in your account was less. And you said, and I said, gee, where's all your money going? And you're like, well, I asked the bank. They said there's a hole in the account somewhere. Are you going to fix it? No, I'm just driving around with it that way. But money's pouring out. There'll be more money in it tomorrow. You wouldn't do that. Not for a second. That's what's happening to your time. Well, there'll be another day. Hey, another day. Up and at 'em. Rise and grind. Am I right? Like, sure, you're going to get another 24 hours tomorrow. And like sands through the hourglass, it will begin to flow past you, through you, to you, past you, around you, depending on whatever you're doing. And you cannot stop. The only thing you can't do is stop it. You can focus on it and enjoy it more. You can really, now I'm going to start sounding like one of our partners in one of our human art partners right now. I'm dreaming into the ether when I do this, right? Perfect show for it. You can condense time, your experience of it, by being hyper focused on whatever's going on. This is Tantra, right? You can fritter it away by loosely paying attention, or by just letting yourself wildly go. Woo! Oh my God, where'd the time go? That we were at this concert for 5 hours. It flew by. Yeah, because you were letting it fly by at rapid speed, because the speed is exhilarating, because you feel it going, but it's not time flying past you as you look at yourself in the mirror going, or your kids going, when did you become 9? You're 9? That's a scary, oh no, it's flowing too fast. Those moments, I want to hold on to that. So you want to pay particular attention to that. The ones then that are fleeting and are fun are the safe ones. I knew I was safe. I knew I was at the concert. I wanted it to enjoy it fully. I threw myself into it and it flew by, and that speed of experience was exhilarating. This is why people say time moves. This is way deep into time as a thing, as an entity, as a force. You want to do that? We could just do that for a minute. Okay? Because time is just amazing. And it's really just our experience of the universe changing around us, which will always happen. The only way to stop time would be to stop change, all of it entirely.
Or if you get too close to a black hole, I've heard.
Well, it warps it. Okay, yes, but they were talking about the speed of light. Let's not go down there. All right, so it's this. So we can't stop it. We can only allocate it. That's why we call it the allocation of time. It's not management. You don't manage time anymore. You manage a raft going down a river. You allocate yourself. Where is your position? You pick your position in that flow. You can't stop the river. Not from the raft. Can you divert the river? Right. So the flow of time. So we say you're only getting so much of it today, and it is precious. You don't know how much you have left. This is a bank account that's leaking, and you don't even know how much is in it, because you could be dead tomorrow. So you're leaking the most precious commodity in the world. It's an equitable commodity in that everyone gets the exact same amount. How fair is that? You're free. The living of your life is your allocation of that one and only gift that we get, which is time here. So let's go, baby. Let's put it in the places that give us the maximum lift, the maximum impact. Let's be very strategic about it. This gives us the ability, when you think of time that way, as the precious resource that it is, how likely are you to spend another hour with Gary kibitzing about something that you can't get done? I'm sorry, who's Gary? But anyway, he's getting a shot today. I'm calling you out, Gary. Stop kibitzing with people and get back to work. These computers don't pay for themselves, people. Chop, chop. I'm kidding. So in the deciding of what am I going to do? What am I going to do in the next hour? Do I want to be working this late every night? No, because these hours don't feel fun to me right now. And so when we unpack time, that I love whenever we unpack time for people, because they're like, I need more time. And we have to ask a series of questions to understand what they mean by that. Because what they could mean is, I want my business to run better. I hate my time here and I have to be here. So I wish I had more time to spend it elsewhere because I can't stand being here. Or people say, Well, I wish I had more time. Why? So I could get more, I could spend more time at business. You mean you want more out of it, not you like spending time in it, right? I want more out of it. That's a money generating, that's a leveling up how much money you're getting from your business. That is not time. So you don't really mean time. So what is it you need more time? I want to be able to get to everything to fix things. Okay, so you have decision fatigue and you have a lot of fires you're putting out because of the way that you've constructed your business. You don't need more time. You need better processes, and you need to be able to step back from your business for a minute. So there's a lot of things they mean when they mean, I want more time. And so first you have to understand, where are the holes in the bucket? Shore that up. And the other thing to do when you're looking at your calendar, because I see we're running out of time here. Let's talk about the 4
running
Ds.
out of time. Are we running out of time,
on
or
this.
have we allocated it to a meeting that will be an exponential use of our time?
So we've allocated the next hour towards leveling up all of the business owners who are in our weekly inner circle. And so we're going to do that because it's a massive lift for all of them, and it's a great allocation over time. So we have decided to allocate just about 8 minutes left of this hour on this topic. So let's talk about the 4 Ds. So when you're looking at your calendar, because isn't that a great one, Brandon? When we show up and we're just on a new engagement, we barely know who these people are and what they're trying to achieve in life, and they say, help me clean up my calendar. I don't know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. It looks very busy. It looks like you're triple booked. I know that's not going to work. So let's figure this out. So how do we figure it out? We have to understand your mission and vision to understand what activities are going to move that forward. So when we look at your life and say it is this number of blocks that we think we want to allocate to the generating of value in the game called business, say how many hours do we need to allocate to that? So you look and you say, what are the things that I must do? How do we find this out? Every new thing that comes through the door, as we clean your calendar up, you say, first and foremost, can I delete this thing? Can I never do it? Brandon comes to me and says, hey, I got an opportunity. We're going to start making surfboards for cats. I go, that is a terrible idea. You're not doing it.
I know deep down you want to do it, though.
I totally want to do it. Someday we are going to have surfboards for cats. And we're going to go, it finally came full circle.
Wait, you have a cat. Cats don't even like water.
That's why surfboards for cats is such a ridiculous product and why we're not doing it.
Do it so bad. You keep talking about it.
Exactly right. Let's put it to bed forever. No more surfboards for cats.
Right, I'll never bring it up again. I promise.
All right. I believe you. So can we delete it? Yes, we can delete it. Only if the answer isn't. We're trying to get as few things on your calendar as possible. Trust me, this will work out. You don't want more on there. Moron. You don't want more on your calendar.
That's my job.
So, in any group, someone's the dumb one. If you don't see them,
look in the mirror. P.S. Pro tip while you're going through this, for those of you listening, this is for everybody in your company. It's not just for you.
Not just for you. Watch how things beautifully fall to where they need to fall. Can we delete this? No, we cannot delete it. It must be done here. Okay. Can we delay it? Because I don't want to put this on anybody's plate, especially mine. Cannot we delay this at all? No. This new thing has to be this quarter because we're going to be looking at quarterly sprints. So this thing must be done this quarter. Okay. We can't delete it. We can't delay it. Can I delegate it? I don't grab it because it looks fun. I don't work on it just because it's my jam. I don't work on it because all things have to be worked on by me because I'm a control freak or an egomaniac and I need all roads to lead through me. We see that. We're bosses. Like, I can't believe, why is everything so slow around here? Because you created the world's most beautiful bottleneck. That's why. I mean, let's undo it. So can I delegate this to the proper person? Yes. Let's get that over there. If I can't do any of those things, no. This is you. It has to be you singularly. Only I can shoot that video for us. This is using me as an example now. Okay. Oh, we have to do it now. Can't get rid of it. Have to do that video. Can't delay it because it's got to go out this week. Can't delegate it because it's got to be my stupid face. I guess I have to do it. Now it goes on my calendar. Because we've already done the test of, is this activity that all of those things are true for, past all those gates, does it also support our mission and vision and our quarterly sprint? Because if you get yourself in the place where you've passed all those gates and now it's on your plate, but you realize that the market shifted, something changed, your strategies had to change, your quarterly sprint is over, you're not even doing that activity anymore, we can hold on to tasks sometimes really well, especially if we're being very good about our calendar. But now we're not thinking about our calendar, we're letting it think for us. We're saying, well, it's telling me what to do. But we don't want to do that either. So the 4 Ds are the golden pathway to make sure that only the stuff that you as the business owner is getting on your plate.
Plot twist. You should not be listening to external voices about what those things should be. A lot of people want to tell you, oh, you're a CEO, you need to do these activities. I fundamentally disagree. I think we are all created unique as human beings, and there should probably be a way to understand what tasks you uniquely can, that's one side, and should be doing. 2 totally different things. Those need to be in alignment. So let's recap real quick because we have to allocate our time.
You beautiful tease, you beautiful tease. Wouldn't it be great if there was a product like that?
I do want to tease that. So step 1, if you're busy being busy, if you resonated with what I said before, the story about that other client, I know I'm spending hours, I don't know where they're going, and I'm not getting anything done. If that's you, step 1, do a time study. I recommend doing a time study once a quarter, once every 6 months, if you're really, really on top of it. I do one about once every 6 months to just understand, am I still moving the mission forward? Am I doing what's in alignment with me, my role, and what I need to execute on? I just think that's a good way to understand what you're doing. So if that's you, do a time study and then run everything that you see on your calendar through the 4 Ds in past tense. Obviously, you can't get rid of it at this point, but mark it. Could I have deleted this? Could I have delegated this? Do I actually have to do this? Once you do those first 2 steps, then you need to also understand who you are. So stay tuned for next week when we drop a golden nugget on you about how to understand both who you are, how to structure your day for optimum effectiveness, and also how to run your life so you are a fully optimized version of you. I'm excited for next week's episode. Sean, are you?
I mean, yes. If you're ever going to watch any show about anything ever for the rest of your life, that show is going to be it. How's that?
Be the one. All right. Well, we'll see you there. Peace out, my friends. Thank you.